I'm going to break down exactly what is blockchain technology, how it works, and basically like why is the blockchain so important in this crypto space and like blockchain and crypto, why should you care? My name is Cliff Pierre. I'm the founder of Revenue Boomers Digital Marketing Agency, and I'm also the author of What is Bitcoin, Understanding Bitcoin and Blockchain Technology. And in that book, I basically just explaining crypto for beginners. I'm more so focused on Bitcoin, and I'm focused on like blockchain technology, how like the blockchain is really what makes Bitcoin possible, right? Before you even get into crypto or anything crypto, you need to understand the blockchain. So by the end of this video, you'll be a blockchain expert. All right? Maybe not like me, but you'll at least be able to explain to somebody what is the blockchain technology, right? So imagine when you go to a bank. When you go to a bank and you deposit money, the bank has a ledger of every single transaction dating back to like 20, 30, 50, 100,000 years ago, right? Every single transaction, that electronic transaction at a bank, it's documented, right? So they have a ledger that basically shows this person sent money to this person sent money to this person, we need to settle this payment, we need to settle this payment, we need to do all that, right? So it's basically a ledger that tracks all of the transactions between different parties. The bank is the trusted party to verify that that transaction actually happened, and the bank is the party that says, or confirms or denies that A sent money to B. Now, imagine being able to remove the bank from that control that they have, right? So the banks have all the control. They control all the money. They control the money system. They control who sent who to who. They can block your account. They can freeze your account. They can pull all the money from your account. They have all the control, and then they work with the federal government to basically dictate and control people. Money is a system used to control people. That's it, really simply put, right? But now imagine if you have this blockchain technology that removes the banks from that central authority and that central control. And what it basically does is it creates a system of basically it creates a system of people that don't know each other trusting each other. So if I send $1 to you, or if I send $1, if person A sends $1 to person B without a bank, how do you know that person A actually sent the money to person B? How do you know that the money that person A sent was not like fake money? How do you know if that person A actually sent the money to person B? And then how do you know if person B actually received that money? Or how do you know if person B didn't lie and say A didn't send the money? So like that's really what the banks do. They control all of that with their ledger. But the blockchain basically removes all of that power from one individual, and it basically gives it to a community. So imagine, so in 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto, he was tired of the financial system. He was tired of how big banks were controlling everything. They caused the financial crisis. They were bailed out while the little people that basically were investing and trusting these banks lost all their money. It's like, how do you give power to people that don't have your best interest? That was his whole driving force, right? So he released this white paper in 2008 with the Bitcoin protocol. The Bitcoin protocol is basically creating digital money and removing the bank from being that trusted party that controls the ledger. So imagine having a ledger that's public information, publicly stored, that no one individual company controls, or individual person or company controls. That's basically what Satoshi Nakamoto did. So when he wrote that white paper basically said, if person A wants to send money to person B, we're going to basically have the blockchain as the intermediary party to basically validate and confirm that transaction. And how it basically works is, for Bitcoin specifically, Bitcoin's protocol, there are 10,000 transactions on each block. It takes 10 minutes to mine each block. So 10,000 transactions on block number one. Block number one, how it works is like there are nodes in computers. So imagine me on my computer. Imagine like hundreds of thousands of people on their computer trying to basically solve a cryptograph, trying to solve like a puzzle, right? So it's like an encryption game where these 10,000 transactions happens. Now, I need to validate that these 10,000 transactions happened. If I validate that these 10,000 transactions happened, the system's going to reward me in Bitcoin. So now you have 1,000 people trying to say like, all right, we're trying to validate these 10,000 transactions. All right, this person validates those 10,000 transactions. The system rewards that person in Bitcoin. And then in order to create block block 2, I need a code from block 1. So the code from block 1 for the 10,000 transactions that's on there, it's on there. The 10,000 transactions are validated. The node said, all right, that happened. Now I'm going to take block. Now I'm going to take the code from block 1 to create block 2. You need the code from block 1 to create block 2, and then you can put another 10,000 transactions on block 2, and then you need the code from block 2 to create block 3. Again, it takes 10 minutes to do 10,000 transactions. So to do 30,000 transactions, it takes 30 minutes, and it's going to need 3 different blocks. You're going to need nodes to basically validate each individual transaction. So I'm going to give you like a visual, right? So imagine basically like this system. So it's a distributed ledger technology. Everybody has access to it. I can see it. You can see it. We can all see it. So every single transaction that happens on the blockchain is timestamped. It's immutable, meaning like you can't change it once it happens. The people that are sending the money, person A, I don't know who he is. I don't know who person B is, but I want to make sure that person A can securely send money to person B. And then basically the system just runs itself. So this is literally how Bitcoin has been run over the last since 2009. Every single transaction that happens is stored on the block. 10,000 transactions on block 1. Then you need a code from block 1 to create block 2. 10,000 transactions on block 2. Then you need the code from block 2 to create block 3. 10,000 transactions on block 3, so on and so on. So let's just say you get to block 9. It took about 10 minutes to each block, right? So let's just say that's 90 minutes. If I want to go change block 2, I need the code from block. If I want to change block 2, and like let's just say if I want to go back and say I want to change the transaction from person A where he sent 10,000 to person B, and I want to just remove it from the system, I need to go back, right? 70 minutes. And then I need to catch up 70 minutes to the next chain. So you need to go